1 John 1:9 If we confess our sins, he is faithful and just to forgive us our sins, and to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. Believers of once saved always saved heresy ask silly questions like, what if you have a stroke and are unable to confess your sin, or forgot about one? Is God's grace not sufficient to forgive that which he knows is in your heart? You're setting up an imaginary situation that doesn't happen. That's all just fantasy because those situations don't happen to somebody who's just about to confess their sin, and they have a stroke. That doesn't exist. So you're making up a straw man argument story. Do you think God, who knows all things, is going to be a jerk and say, oh, he's just about to confess his sin that he has done? Quick, smite him with a stroke to stop him from confessing his sin. God would not be an inconsiderate jerk. Also, you have to understand that there are sins we do in our body that we have no control over, like evil thoughts coming in our mind. Paul elaborates more on this in Romans 7. He's probably the most honest Christian I've ever read or heard of. He admits basically that when he would do good, evil is present with him, and that what he should do, he finds himself not doing. That doesn't mean he's a lawbreaker. He's being honest that he battles with the two laws, of sin and of God. He concludes that he thanks God that with the mind he obeys the law of God, but with the body the law of sin. Why did he say that? Because our body is cursed to the fallen nature and we still have our sinful nature to battle with every day. 2. The Ozers' belief system is a complete contradiction of itself. They believe all of our future sins are already forgiven. If that is so, then what John wrote in 1 John 1-9 was a lie. That is so clear that a blind man would say that reading a Braille Bible. That's just like a man standing in a courtroom and the judge forgiving him for his crime and any future crimes he does. But he still has to come in a few times a year because he's under probation. That's ridiculous. If you already forgave his crime and every crime in the future and declared him innocent, then there is no reason for him to be on probation or to have to check in with a judge a few times a year. Or that's just as erroneous as a parent forgiving their child for disobeying the rules of the house and also telling the child that every future disobedience is going to be forgiven, but you still have to tell them when you do wrong and apologize.